Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we're coming back down with a pullback after the Binance FUD and the lawsuit that's been filed against the Binance exchange. And as you can see, we're retracing all the way back to this low that we printed in the first third of March. And potentially what we could see is a nice double bottom pattern if we hold above $7.53 and we solidify above there. We don't open any candles below that level. This could be a very nice double bottom pattern with a potential target to the upside. Let's get the trend lines and set the trend line from that local high, from the neckline down to the double bottom. And we take it to the upside, you're going to be looking at around $10.78 only after you start breaking above the neckline, which is $9.05. Otherwise, if we lose this local low in March, we're going to be retracing all the way back down, and I would be expecting the 1.618 to be met, which is $6.68 based off this Fibonacci retracement. If you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, feel free to check out the description. There's going to be a link to a video where I explain how to use the Fib retracement. So it's set up with the swing high in February and the swing low printed in February as well. We printed the high, we retraced back down to the 1.272, then we had a move to the upside into the 786, and now we're coming back down. So essentially you just printed a lower high. So as long as we hold this low, which is our major low that we printed in January of 2023, we should be good to go. So we can come back down as low as $6.68, and from there we can see the continuation to the upside, hopefully. But with these rumors regarding Deutsche Bank and with the Binance FUD, we could still be getting those bearish events and more FUD thrown into the markets. Altcoins can really start dropping. Some of them may even drop below their January low. So I'm just, I'm not trying to be an ultra bear or an ultra bull. I'm just saying that you have to be ready for both outcomes. So having some cash on the sidelines is always a smart idea in case we see a flash crash. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, so we have been targeting the light blue resistance trend line here. As you can see, we did see a nice bounce off of that level multiple times. We ran into it here in March and we're pulling back down. So the red support trend line is going to be your entry if you're looking to get into Moonriver. However, I would suggest not even waiting for that back test of support, because these are very lucrative prices to get into the project. But if we end up dropping even lower on the RSI, then that's great, right? If you're on a support level on the RSI and you're on a support level on the price action, that's even better. But I'm saying below $8, the price is very cheap. And the red trend line here has multiple bounces, as you can see, and this is a very good entry as well. If we do end up coming back down there, and if we see a flash crash, a capitulation, if you come all the way down here to 18.7 on the RSI, that's going to be a perfect entry as well, as we've done that once in January last year, in June last year, and right now we could do that before we see any more upside. We could have that capitulation potentially, similar to what we have seen in 2020. So that's what I have regarding Moonriver. Now, some people ask about a long-term target. So I give you some good entries. If you're looking to exit Moonriver, then this resistance here at $12.95 is going to be a major resistance level to back test. And as you can see, we haven't been able to break above it for a very, very long time now. So this could potentially be a nice swing trade. If you're looking for targets to the upside on a longer time frame, let's say, or a larger time frame, we're just going to use the daily chart here. So we take the Fibonacci retracement from the swing low we printed in January of 2023. And just to be conservative, we can set the Fibonacci retracement all the way up to the swing high in April of 2022. So you have your 1.272 at $205. That's going to be a major resistance level for us to reach in the next bull market. If we manage to break above that, great, but I would just try to stay more conservative with your targets. I usually try to stay conservative with all my targets for all altcoins because being a moon boy isn't going to help you, because if you're expecting every single coin to do 100x, then most probably in the bull market, you're just going to be waiting for the prices to go higher and we're going to peak out and start dropping down and you're going to ride the wave down into the next bear market. So we don't want to do that here on this channel. We want to take profits and then we want to reinvest at the bottom of the next bear market. So hopefully that's going to be something that I can assist you with. And like I said, $200 here is going to be a nice target for us to get out of Moonriver down the line. Of course, it depends on the marketing, depends on the demand we have for the project, depends on the projects that are being tested on the Moonriver network. So I would just keep an eye on the project, on the team and what they're doing. If the Polkadot ecosystem is going to be doing good in general, then Moonriver obviously is going to do well, of course, as well. Now, let's switch over to the Binance website. And before we continue with the video, guys, I quickly want to give a shout out to everyone who has joined my Patreon. Thank you very much. And if you want to become a part of the Patreon and, get access to a lot of exclusive content, such as podcast episodes for patrons only, my trade alerts, my entire portfolio, I share everything that I buy and everything that I sell. If you want to leave some requests, we can take a look at your projects on Patreon. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I try to do daily updates and daily posts in there. So if you want to try it out for free, you can do that as well. There's a 7-day free trial, so you can do that and let me know what you think. Let's get on with the video. All right, jumping into the 3-day chart on the Binance website, as you can see, we do have a major resistance level here at $12.15 down to $11.65. And the 55 EMA is something that is also keeping us down and suppressing the price. So as soon as we get above the 20 EMA, which is the yellow moving average, the red EMA is going to be our next target, the 55 EMA, and that aligns pretty nicely with this local low that we printed in June at $11.44. So your bottom here would be at $6.24. So this would be a perfect entry in case we continue all the way down here and retest the same bottom, which from where we started retracing into February. So that could provide us with a perfect entry. If we end up breaking below that low, that's going to be quite negative. Of course, we have to look at that potential scenario as well. We don't want to be overly bullish at the same time and, not take a look at the possible negative outcome. So $4.15 is going to be your 1.618 target if we break below $6.24. However, I would be eyeballing the minimal target at $1 at the 1.272 fib, which is $5.18. But that's only in the case of us losing the January 2023 low, which for that Bitcoin obviously has to pull back a bit more. On the 3-day RSI, as you can see, we are coming back down. What I would be expecting is if we continue with this pullback for the next few days, we could see a move all the way back down there to retest this local high as support. So we broke above it in January and we haven't come back to it as support. So that is something that we can be looking forward to. That's 40.7 on the RSI. The 3-day stochastic is starting to move back down as well. If we end up coming back down into this area below the stochastic of 20, that is going to be an incredible buying opportunity because as you can see beforehand, we were sitting in that area for multiple months and that was a good accumulation phase for Moonriver. But these are very cheap prices regardless. We're very near the bottom if we, of course, haven't printed it yet here in January. So I would say be careful with swing trading and focus more on making more money on your job just so we can invest as much as possible, of course. Although not investing too much because you don't want to lose that money for some reason because the crypto, flops or whatever. So manage your risks, manage your expectations, and let me know if I missed out anything important on the charts. feel free to request any altcoins you want me to take a look at in the future. Thank you all for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next update. Goodbye and good night.